Let's maybe aim for South Australia, getting the brunt of that front to begin with. What do we see there over the last 24 hours?
Well, through the day yesterday, we certainly saw those very strong winds really ramping up. We did see areas of raised dust as well, with some very strong wind gusts coming through many of those areas. Wind gusts above 100 kilometres an hour observed at some locations. We also had a good drop of rain as this front moved through. For many parts of southeast South Australia, this was the first rain we've really seen all year, and that includes 30 to 50 millimetres about the Adelaide Hills, with the top totals there pushing up towards 55 millimetres since 9 o'clock yesterday morning. So wet and windy, it has been the story of South Australia after that dust came through with the strong winds ahead of it.
Although unfortunately not as far north as you might have hoped the rain would have gone. But this system is now ploughing through New South Wales at the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We've continued to see very strong winds across parts of eastern New South Wales overnight as well. In fact, parts of New South Wales are really the main areas still under those severe weather warnings for damaging winds. We could see a few damaging wind gusts about the Flinders Ranges this morning, but that risk is easing. However, for New South Wales, the risk of damaging winds continues across much of the Illawarra escarpment, the Southern Ranges, the Blue Mountains, and even pushing up towards the Northern Tablelands as well. And that's with those very, very, very strong westerly winds coming in and barrelling over the mountains, and that's likely to continue through much of the day today, with that risk not really easing until late today. Rain
on the western side of the ranges because it's coming from the west, so we're not that worried about the flood grounds?
Yeah, look, it's more the winds that may impact the flood cleanup and recovery efforts. We've still got minor flood warnings in place for the Orara River and for parts of the Hunter River. But as you say, because those winds are coming from the west, the moisture's in the west as well and banking up on the western side of the ranges. So we could see some more widespread moderate falls about the sort of northwest and central west areas, the slopes and plains, but not much of that is expected to push over onto the east coast.
I know this doesn't qualify as the autumn break, but is it maybe going to help bring some more rain to the southeast of the country?
Look, for many parts of the southeast, any rain is good rain at this time of year, given how dry it's been. Hopefully we see more rain-bearing systems in the weeks to come, but for this system, we're already seeing things easing off in South Australia, heading back to much drier conditions today. So it's kind of a very short, wet period that we've seen come through at this point in time.
Hey, contrast that to the northwest of the country. What the heck is going on in WA?
Yeah, really significant areas of moisture and rain streaming in across those northern parts of WA. So impacting much of the Kimberley, the northern interior, pushing into the Northern Territory today as well. Now, we've got flood watches across all of those areas. We've got, once the rain continues to come through, we may see, roads becoming cut off as that water moves over the roads. To recap some of those rainfall totals we've seen since 9 o'clock yesterday morning, Broome has had almost 100 millimetres of rain, with pretty widespread moderate to high falls elsewhere across the Kimberley. And that, as I said, is expected to continue today and into tomorrow as well. So a very wet period for what is supposed to be the dry season.
Yeah, it's meant to be dry up north. It's meant to be wet down south. Everything's flipped about, Miriam.